This video provides an overview of volume activation. It lists the benefits of activation and outlines the activation methods for systems which are deployed using volume licensing, like the ones in Tray Research.
To deploy Windows 7, your organization will need to activate the product using volume activation.
Is product activation separate from deployment?
Well, April, volume activation is not really a separate process. It's a part of software deployment. The entire process is automated and does not require dedicated resources.
So, what exactly is volume activation?
Basically, activation is an authentication process that assures you that your copy of Windows is genuine. A genuine product is fully supported by Microsoft and its partners. Volume activation provides centralized management options and protection of product keys. It assists with license compliance and helps reduce the risk of running counterfeit software.
Does that mean it takes care of license compliance every time we add more desktops to our volume license agreement?
Volume activation only confirms that the software is genuine. It is not tied to licensing or payments under a volume license agreement.
I've heard that you collect data about customers during the activation process. How will you ensure user privacy?
All methods of activation used by Microsoft are designed to help protect user privacy. Data that is sent during activation cannot be traced back to the computer or the end user.
How do we activate our computers?
The first thing to do would be to decide which of the two activation methods is best for your organization. You can activate the computer using a local activation enablement service called Key Management Service, or KMS, which runs in your environment. KMS is a lightweight service that is similar to DHCP, and it can be co-located with other services within your environment. You can also use the Multiple Activation Key, or MAC key, for activating the computer through the Microsoft-hosted activation service.
So, how do I decide what's best for my organization?
KMS is the default activation method, and it works well for all computers that have either continuous or at least periodic access to the core network. Windows 7 activation requires a minimum of 25 systems to be connected to the KMS host in any given 30 days, whereas Windows Server 2008 R2 activation requires at least 5 systems. These systems can be physical or virtual. The client systems must connect with a KMS host at least once every 180 days.
What about Mac activation?
Mac is a one-time activation with Microsoft.